Yo, welcome to another Dino Reacts. And what we have for you guys today is my boy Vivek Ramaswamy. He came to speak at Donald Trump's hush trial today, and he did what Donald Trump couldn't do. Donald Trump's under a gag order, so he got to be able to say the things to the public that Donald Trump didn't get to say. So, without further ado, let's get after it.
Laying out the political backdrop here. This is a politicized persecution that is nakedly apparent. What I want to do is dive a little bit deeper into what we actually learned today in that courtroom. What do we see in there? First of all, I learned a lot from being in there in person. It is one of the most depressing places I have been in my life, but it is fitting because the only thing more depressing than the environment of that courtroom is what's actually happening in there. It's straight out of a Kafka novel.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to cut him off. I know this is really good, but dude, you know how much like joy it makes me feel to see a black man, a brown man, and a white man in all matching blue and red and white and blue striped ties. I'm a patriot. Just seeing them all together like that, man, that makes me so proud for this country, man. Real men stand up, man. Just look at that. White man, black man, brown man in unison trying to protect this country and our fucking goddamn constitutional republic. Respect our constitutional republic forever, man. Love this country, man. This is beautiful to see. Beautiful.
Prosecution's main strategy appears to be to bore the jurors into submission. And if you look in that direction, sadly, it may appear to actually be working. Now, I would like for anybody here in the press, anybody at home, anybody in MSNBC or the media afterwards, to clearly state what exactly is the crime that Donald Trump committed. Oh, wait. We have not heard a good answer to that question. It has been vague until today. You heard Michael Cohen's testimony, after which I would say it is less clear than ever what that crime actually was. They'll say falsifying business records. Well, let's look at who did we learn falsified business records today? Yet, what, hour, 2 hours, felt like it could have been 7 hours, of Michael Cohen talking about how he falsified business records. Okay, so you have a guy who has been a perjurer in the past that is now saying he falsified business records. What is the crime that Donald Trump committed? Now, it appears to be what they might allege is some sort of bookkeeping error or whatever. The real bookkeeping that we need accounting of is Judge Merchan's own family member collecting millions of dollars as a Democratic operative, using the existence of this trial as a fundraising ploy for Democrats. This is unconscionable. Imagine if the same shoe fit the other foot. Imagine if it was Joe Biden that was on trial. You had a Republican judge whose son was collecting millions of dollars as a Republican operative. What would you all be saying? This would not be justice. This is injustice at its worst. So let's go even a layer deeper, right? Because let's go even a layer deeper, actually. The alleged crime here is supposedly, they try to point to this every day, that he does not actually use campaign funds, that he used personal funds. Well, let's get this straight. Suppose Donald Trump had used campaign funds to make a personal expense. They'd be going after him for that.
Yep.
So if they're going to get him going or they're going to get him coming, that is the best proof that this is a politicized sham.
Yep.
Let's go through it piece by piece. If you tell somebody to go buy you a suit and you want to look good on television because that'll affect the voters, the way voters vote for you, you know what? They prosecute politicians if they use campaign funds to buy a suit. Campaign funds to get a haircut because you want to look good to the voters. They will actually prosecute you for using campaign funds for a personal expense. Yet the entire legal theory of this case, the whole case that Alvin Bragg has brought, depends on one premise for them to charge this as a felony, is that Donald Trump somehow should have used campaign funds to make an allegedly personal payment. Yet if he had done that, their case against him would be even stronger. This is garbage. That is the best proof that you have, that if they're going to get him going or get him coming, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
God bless Mr. 45, man. They are coming at him, guns are blazing, baka, 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 shooting at him hardcore. But he's standing there, standing in his strength, man. I know there's a lot of men around the country watching a man being persecuted this hard and finding strength. I'm one of them. Donald Trump is building up so much courage and strength in me. We be watching these people go at them with every single unjustified lawfare, and he is just standing in it. And now he brought his boys with him, dressed in unison, dressed like America. You know what I'm saying? If you can't look at this photo and be proud of people representing this country, then something is seriously wrong with you. And for all the people that hate this country and support people coming here for an opportunity and then still hate this country, God is king. Christ is God. You too will have your reckoning. It's all in God's hands.
This is a sham. This is not the United States of America. This is some third-rate banana republic. If this were happening in another country, we would be laughing at them as a sham democracy. I am ashamed as an American citizen to sit here in a courtroom watching the former leader of the free world, and let's be honest, likely next leader of the free world, sitting with the indignity in this dingy third-rate courtroom with fourth-rate prosecutors and a fifth-rate lawyer on the stand as a witness, who actually is violating attorney-client privilege left and right. Nobody's even talking about that. So this is a shame. Shame on this period in our country's history, but we will get through it and be stronger, because you know who ultimately actually cast the vote on this case? It's not just the jurors in that jury box. It's every one of you at home. It's every American who votes this November to say no to the weaponization of justice.
Yes.
And if you're at home, you may say, you know what, I don't agree with everything Donald Trump's ever said. You know what, I may not agree with some of his policies even though they were great policies for 4 years. But you do agree, whether you are Democrat or Republican or black or white or gay or straight or man or woman, that our justice system should be blind to politics.
Yes.
That regardless of...
Yes. 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 And anybody thinking Donald Trump was going to get a fair trial in New York after the Elderon case and Letitia, who thought it was going to be any different with Bragg? Like, I'm going into this case thinking they're going to find him guilty, even though I know he's innocent. It won't be proper due process. They're going after him. He's being targeted. And I agree with him. If you don't want that to happen to you, then you shouldn't be against it. But the problem is, we have a very, very princess-cuddled society on both ends. And it's becoming to the point where people ain't got the balls to stand against injustice. And it's crazy. That's why I'm throwing my lot in the pool, putting my information out there, taking the time to put videos out there to whatever community I have, just to let them see something different than what the mainstream media is showing them. Straight up.
Whether your last name is Biden or Trump, regardless of whether you've been a politician or not, you get a fair shake in our own legal system. And when you have a prosecutor who campaigned on the pledge of going after Trump and then keeps his campaign pledge, when you have a judge whose kids are collecting money from Democratic operatives by fundraising off the very trial that judge is presiding over, and then telling the U.S. president that he's subject to a gag order, that he can't talk about it, that is not justice. That is a bastardization of what this country was founded on. And I'm here, and all of us are here as friends of Donald Trump, supporting him in our personal capacity, sharing our opinions. That's why we're here today. But I hope every American at home who isn't able to be in that courtroom is able to see what's actually happening there. And when you do, we will have a landslide of historic proportion this November if every American understands the injustice that's playing out in that courtroom today. So may God bless our country. I pray for our future, and let's pray for our country being stronger on the other side of this disgusting sham politician prosecution. Laying out the political backdrop.
Now, I definitely want to say that the Republicans, I'm happy y'all showed up like the red, white, and blue Avengers, but man, could y'all gotten here a little earlier? You know? I didn't get to start myself. I was reading the comments from a video previously, and I agree with it. It was like, yeah, they should have stopped up to give Trump a heavier endorsement during all these gag orders a little bit earlier. Not saying that I'm mad at anything, but because I am very happy that they're stepping up for him, because this is an absolute genius move. And I hope I know that it will work out in Trump's favor. Listen, Trump is going to be convicted. That's without a question. Due process is not in his favor. They're going to rule him guilty, and he's going to have to run from prison. But it's okay, because we're all going to still vote for him. We all see it's a sham. The biggest issue dealing with the media today, and especially the liberal elites, is they truly think they're smarter than everyone. I mean, arrogantly they think that. They still think that people don't have access to information. And saying I am not living in my father's and my grandfather's age of information. I can research on my own, and they're just not giving me that due process or that respect. And so more of us are going to turn conservative because of that. Because we're tired of being blatantly lied to our face, when I can easily listen to your words, go research the information myself, and get the right information. And then there's two-tier parts of that information. I can get my information from all across the world. So I don't have to just follow what Google or Safari and how they push the algorithm to tell me something. I can go outside those search engines and get information that is straight from the source. And I'm not, and me at my limited computer and journalistic skills can do that. So I can only imagine people with true talent. I mean, I'm just a hard worker. But people with true talent, the information's there. And then for the powers that be to not understand that I have access to it and will use that information, my personal research for my vote, and show my information with others, I don't have to be like them. I can debunk them easily. They're, all of their points are easily debunked. And I don't understand why they don't notice that. But just getting back to the point at hand, I'm very happy that Vivek came out today and defended Donald Trump. I see Byron Donalds behind him, and I don't know if that is that Tim. I'm not sure exactly who that is on the other side, but I am very happy that this is happening. So all my prayers are going out to number 45. Let's get this country in act. No one man can do it. It's gonna take Donald Trump's gonna need all of us because we're in bad shape. We have a lot of people in this country that we don't know who they are. Listen, the Lincoln Riley was just the tip. There's more going on. And believe me, the liberal media is not going to report it. So what needs to happen is a big change in all patriots in this country. I'm galvanizing all of you. We're going to get it done, and we're going to save this country. There's still good men here. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And always, chef's kiss.